Hi everybody, David Romtvedt here. I am on the Clear Creek Trail above Buffalo, Wyoming, heading into the Bighorn Mountains. It's raining, kind of trying to turn into sleet today. It's May 11th. I'm not quite sure. I'm never quite sure these days what day it actually is. This is the day of my weekly post. I usually do a poem of my own, a poem by someone else, or a song. Today's a poem of my own. I'm going to read one that's called Speaking of Ancient China. The old Chinese poets from the 7th to the 12th century of the Common Era were very influential and remain so to me. So it's kind of homage to them. And I also feel that the poem speaks to our situation now. So here we are, speaking of ancient China. I have to read it fast because it's raining. By now, the old Chinese poets are dead, and the world they knew is gone. The night journeys in small boats, the stars, the half-wild dogs, the sound of the oars dipping into water, the plum blossoms falling, or peach, the moon like a plate of white jade floating across the lake, or like a perfect icy fruit impaled on a pine top. The provincial governor writes note after note, summoning the poets to the palace, and they don't come, they're busy, buzzed on cheap wine. They stand up to shout at one another. One of them falls out of the boat and into the reeds, where he is swallowed by the moon's reflection, and the wine bottle goes into the water with both man and moon, leaving behind the hidden huts on the hillside, the scraps of food left on a plate behind the monastery kitchen, the poverty, including tuberculosis and pneumonia, the everyday cold, so that as the poets chant, they must now and again stop to cough or sneeze or carefully spit phlegm into the black water. I'm waiting for the return of those geezers and the world they claimed as real. But they know I'm modern and impatient, and so they scramble out of the water as fast as they can, faster than I can see, and throw themselves down on their bellies in the bottom of the boat, their eyes squeezed shut so tight that tears leak from the corners, their hands over their mouths to keep themselves from giggling out loud. They're morons, ancient though they may be, lifting their heads to the edge of the boat so that I see the reflection of the light in their eyes. I'm going to go home and close my door, I shout. That scares them, and they jump up, making the boat rock. Ha! I shout again, and they shake their fists at me. The thing is that poetry must not only help us feel good, but make us squirm. It's like those medieval princes in Europe with their jesters and clowns who knew a little magic, coins from behind the ear, disappearing doves, and who did gymnastics, a full flip over a table, cartwheels across the great hall, and comedy, they knew comedy, belching on cue, a headstand next to the roast, the face of a dead pig and the face of a living man, inches apart, upside down to one another. Then out of the blue, the clown tells the prince he's full of shit. The prince frowns and thinks to have the fool's head removed, then applauds, remembering his duty to hear the truth, to have his pride punctured. Now, pride is a virtue, and the mighty do not seek to be deflated. I wonder, are those Chinese poets still on their bellies in the boat? Is that glittering, the light from their eyes peering over the edge?